So I just had a midlife crisis, or at least a quarter life crisis. I mean, I hope I'm not halfway through my life. Let's say I'm a quarter of the way through my life, so we'll call it a quarter life crisis. But midlife crisis just sounds better for the context of the video, right? I went through the past couple, 24 hours, the culmination of the past couple weeks of feelings where I was debating, what am I chasing? What am I going after? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And it was this whole inner debate of what am I doing? I realized that over the past couple of weeks, somehow, I don't even know the length of time, whether it be over the past couple of months or over the past couple of weeks, I have kind of developed a shift in perspective and a shift of what I'm chasing and a shift of goals. And I realize now that shift wasn't necessarily for the better. I was looking at, every single time I post on social media, this could be the one that would, explode the career, take me to the next level, that bring the streams or this or whatever. Or songs, I gotta put out a song, that goal a week, right? All leading towards the next goal in my career, or, setting a 500 person show as the goal for the year. Or even, seeing other performers play things like Lollapalooza and be like, I want to do that. I want to, Lollapalooza, that's the goal, And I was focusing on all that success of playing these shows, or, the fame, chasing the fame. Of course, I want to be famous. Absolutely. I'll admit that. But why? I started asking myself, why do I want that stuff? And I realized that I somehow, along the way recently, got a little distracted I put the wrong things first. In the words of Jacob Restituto, the song, I put the wrong things first, and now I'm trying to make it right. But there was this frustration and this tension of I was frustrated with where I was in my career. And it's funny how I'm even thinking about this while I'm filming this. Looking back, I was frustrated with where I was. I was jealous of other people. I wanted to be content with where I was, but I was having a hard time doing that. I was frustrated that I wasn't playing these shows, that I dropped out of college 8 years ago, and I'm still doing this, and I was trying to keep perspective in the sense of I was like, Jake, look at how far we've come. When nobody was listening to music, and now people do care. And trying to keep perspective, but I was having a hard time, and I realized that it's all because I put the wrong things first, and I was chasing after those material things, where I really recently realized fame and all those things, success, money, playing these shows, I want to play these shows. I want to play a show. I want to travel to France and play a show. I want to travel to Brazil and play a show. I want to travel to England and play a show. Whatever, Australia, play a show. But all these things come with what were originally the reason that I started music. And there were 3 original main goals. And then from those things, I think all other things should be subsets and goals from them. For example, I've always grown up and had a heart for the entertainment industry, and it's always broken my heart to see how much pain there is in the entertainment industry and Hollywood and the music industry. How many people, end up overdosing or self-medicate with drugs and alcohol and then end up going to rehab, or can never get clean, or, just the self-harm, the driving 100 miles an hour down the freeway. There's so much pain in that industry, and it's always broken my heart. And I want to go into that industry and show the abundant life that's available in God and knowing God. And that's one of the main reasons I want to be a musician too. I want to change the industry in the sense of what's on the radio. I want to put alternative stuff on the radio. Not alternative as a genre, but alternative music in the sense of the kind of music that I make, in the sense of it's not talking about all these crazy bad things. It's talking about stuff that, can build people together, or it's just clean music essentially, so that my 12-year-old cousin is not listening to stuff that they shouldn't be listening to. I'm just providing an alternative sort of source of music and benefiting and blessing people with that music, right? And then third, and this is probably the one that's closest to my heart, the one that excites me the most, and I have such a passion for. The third is to inspire people to chase after their dreams and live a life of faith and not listening to what the crowd says, but doing what you really feel is right and pursuing your dreams and being an example of somebody that pursues their dreams and stays true to their dreams and the what can come from that. I want to inspire people with that. That is such a passion, because there were so many people that said it wasn't possible, and I really felt that it was, and we're making it possible. It's happening, and I want to be an inspiration to the people that don't have that, the people, because there were a handful of people that believed in me, and maybe that you don't have that, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try, kind of thing. And that is a huge passion of mine. So now that I've realized, oh my gosh, my focus was on the wrong things. No wonder I was stressed out and frustrated and disappointed and and anxious. And when I was looking at, why am I not playing Lollapalooza? That's what I want to do. I want to play Lollapalooza, or I want to play, Madison Square. I was looking at the things that come from my goals, like being famous and playing these huge shows, or people streaming my music, or all that stuff are results of the goals. They come from, they may come actually. They're not even guaranteed. They may come from the goals. But they shouldn't be, and they aren't the goal. I just mentioned my 3 goals, and every time I put out a song or I post a video on Instagram, I should be asking myself, does this align with my goals? Not necessarily a subset of the goals, like playing these shows, but does it align with the goals? Is it going to inspire somebody to go after their career? Is it, am I providing music where they could hear and they can feel inspired, or feel loved, or just hear some good wholesome music? Am I showing love in the industry, kind of thing? Like, these are my goals. And every time I post, like, it's not me just trying to now going forward with a new perspective, it's not just a post that can go viral on TikTok. It's a post of me trying to work towards those goals, those actual, like, hey, I'm doing something with the world kind of thing, as opposed to, hey, I just want to get something, And now I'm like really excited to post, because it's like, it's a different kind of mindset, and it's just, I'm still doing the same things necessarily. It's just the shift in mindset behind it. It's why I'm doing it, as it has changed, and it's gone back to the original reason, and I'm praying that it can stay that way and stay in that position kind of thing. But it's like, I have these certain goals of why I do what I do, and if I start to focus on the other things of like the results of the goal instead of the actual goal, that's when it becomes stressful, pressure, and it's not enjoyable. So now I'm excited to make music. I'm excited to put out content. I'm excited to put up TikToks or whatever the case is, because like I'm working towards those goals, not these goals of like playing these shows that are to some degree out of my control. But you know what isn't in my control? It is within my control to make a song that blesses somebody, or it isn't within my control to try and inspire somebody, or to speak my story. You know what I mean? But it's not really in my control to whether or not I'm going to play that show or this show, or have 1 million followers, or do that. Like, that's not really in my control, and that's not the end goal. I was asking myself, why do I want that stuff? And I realized I don't really know. There's no benefit to it. I don't know why I want it. And then I realized, why am I doing what I'm doing? And it kind of led to that whole realization. So I hope that made sense. I hope it inspires you, and I hope it inspires you to stay true to what you do, whether that be a musician or not. Whatever that case is, to stay true to your actual goals and desires. So God bless. Hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for more stuff coming out.